hit the button. We're live.
You hit the button?
We live.
We live?
We live.
Hey guys, welcome. We just had a great start. We had one of the greatest starts of all time. Anyway, so guys, welcome back. This is another episode, another rendition, another. Give me another word, Maurice.
Interpretation.
Jared, you got one?
No, I don't.
This is another episode of the IMO Podcast. Welcome back, guys. We're glad you're all here. We're about to get into this spicy content. But first, if you like what you're listening to, and I know you are, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, a good comment. Not one of those SJW comments. I mean, not one of those other comments.
Instant triggered. Better get like 27 dislikes, bro.
I would be happy if there was that many people just listening.
Hey.
Oh boy, guys, but no, seriously, we got another awesome show for you guys. We got first impressions, we got gossip, we got new trailers, we got video games to talk about, we got new tech to talk about. We got all that shit. So, but first, let me introduce myself and the crew. My name is Andre. All right. So now we've gotten that out the way. I'm joined by my other co-host. Let's start with Jared. Jared, how are you today, sir?
I am all right. It's my day off, chilling.
Yeah, you have technical difficulties on your fucking day off too, son. What the fuck?
Right, son. Like literally, my mic on my other headset would be working just perfectly fine, and then out of nowhere it just says, "All right, so use a bitch. I ain't working no more. Go eat a dick." I'm just like, "That's how you feel? All right, cool, whatever."
Did you put in a ticket?
So I smacked the shit out of it, and it just won't work.
Okay, a little bit
I mean, I call that assertive. You might call it aggressive, but that's just another way of saying being a bitch. So you gonna have to step up.
fair. You don't got really rebuttal for that.
How the fuck is that fair? What? We having the same conversation here? Use a bitch, fair, but I could go even harder if you want me to. Wait, what? Okay, so let's get into it. So first of all, we gotta address the elephant in the room. Maurice, what you playing over there, sir?
You already know. Smart. Already. We strong in the Mach 4 suit.
In the sun. And wait, I didn't even unlock this one.
You wanted to?
Fuck.
It's up higher level. It's got like green eyes and green chest piece on it. It's pretty tight.
Hey, this joint drive like icy though.
Actual ice. So it's actually made out of ice.
Hey, right? I thought I was like.
Yeah. Damn.
I thought I was liking on
listening, bro.
Right, son. I was liking on the Avengers Iron Spider for a second, but oh my gosh, this is straight out of a fucking comic book. Holy shit. And not the actual comic book skin, which because they got that too, ladies and gentlemen. But please don't switch to the fucking please don't.
Gotta let them know.
Son, that skin. I first saw that skin. I'm like, this is hype as shit.
Best 10 out of 10. I see
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, son. 10 out of 10. Anyway, son, look at this gameplay. I'm sorry, guys. We are absolutely geeking out over this game, but
we went from like 1080 to like 420.
Son, this shit is crazy, and it was fun. It's like the perfect contrast to like Spider-Man. Son, the world around him in the comics. I love this. It's great. Anyway, let's get into it. So we should stay on topic, but let's save Spider-Man for like the middle of the podcast. So I don't know what to start with, so I'm just gonna eeny meeny miny mo this shit. Eeny, meeny, miny, Henry Cavill. All right, so there are rumors, and it's also random.
Also, Henry Cavill being relevant for 2 weeks straight on the podcast. He was actually the first thing we talked about last podcast because of his shit with Witcher. now. Even more
Fuck. He is a household name now, son.
Facts.
Anyway, Henry Cavill for the second week in a row, we're gonna start talking about him. So there are rumors that everybody's favorite Superman besides Henry I was about to say Henry Cavill again. What's that nigga's name? He died and he was a cripple. Shit. Fuck. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Richard Reeves? Something Reeves?
Christopher Reeve?
Thank you. But everybody's second favorite Superman besides Christopher Reeves. Rumor has it, and we're not gonna stay on this for too long because we don't have any concrete evidence, that Henry Cavill may be leaving the DCEU. Now, these top stars leaving the DCEU isn't like nothing new. Like I think last year they was talking about Ben Affleck leaving, and that was never confirmed either. So I don't know. It seems like just another fucking blow for the DCEU. So this isn't exactly a W in my opinion, but there's no such thing as bad publicity. But if Henry Cavill was to leave, would you guys be upset if he released his role as Superman?
Not really. I'd rather him be on good series, good franchises that know what.
Ow.
Like,
ow,
dude,
son.
This has been so rough, and this is I like Marvel and DC universe and DC's universe equally. It just sucks to see like these guys not get like the respect they deserve, because Superman's not my favorite character, right? And Henry Cavill does an okay job as Superman. He's not anything spectacular, you know, but he's not anything spectacular. But it just sucks to see them not doing anything with this content, like anything good. Like everything's just been okay or decent, and it's the shit that matters has been okay or decent. Like the Batman vs Superman was decent enough to be called a movie, and Justice League team up, Dawn of Justice or whatever the fuck it was called. Like that shit was okay, and that's the biggest names in comic book history, and it's just okay. Yo, you can find better work. They don't know what they're doing right now.
So when you get the Justice League being outshadowed by the King of Wakanda, I think there's a problem.
Nah, that sounds pretty fair to me. Even though that is no, Jerry, you're right. That's a pretty big L. Like you have the trifecta. You have four of the most well-known superheroes ever, or some of the most well-known anythings ever, and you're just getting beat up. Wow, beat up. I'm over here looking at this fucking gameplay. You're over here getting beat out by a character that A, nobody knew existed until like a year ago, and B, son, Black Panther was so not well known by the public that people actually thought that Black Panther was about the actual Black Panthers, and I'm like, holy shit! They thought that Black Panther was actually made by who's the main nigga of the Black Panthers, Malcolm X or some shit. I don't know, but I'm like, no, guys, this isn't. That nigga's still a comic book character, guys. What? So yeah, and you got Superman teaming up with Batman and Wonder Woman and the Flash, and you just get beat up by one nigga. Like, come on,
that's okay. It's just okay.
Yeah, but do you just want to just okay Justice League though?
Of course fucking not. It needs to be spectacular.
Wow. I'm mad that you waited for the pause. It needs to be spectacular. Okay, son. I guess, but I don't know. What was I about to say? As for me, I think Henry Cavill can actually act. Obviously, they wouldn't have casted him as Superman if he was terrible. But I still feel that he hasn't been given his just. I feel that he could have did Superman justice if he did his own thing, and if the director wasn't like, all right, this is the nitty gritty Superman and never smiling, and this is not his character, but okay, you take it in your own direction. But I don't know. It's just I feel bad for Henry Cavill. So well, not bad for him because he's going to get over shit.
Oh yeah. Cool.
But
I'm just glad he's doing something. Again, he wasn't a bad actor. It was just a shit fucking script.
right?
And so many like direction problems. I mean, I would say direction. Like
it was tonally off. Yeah, I didn't really get it. Like 1 minute there, I don't know. 1 minute they're fighting terrorists. The next minute they're fighting aliens and cracking jokes, and I don't know. It was weird. And plus, Steppenwolf wasn't even a fucking character. So yeah, let's move on. He wasn't, son. That nigga wasn't even a character, son. And you know how I can prove it? Because Thanos is pretty much Steppenwolf, but a lot better. So I don't. We can't.
That's not even a fair comparison, to be honest with you.
It is. It really is. Like, what are some of the differences between Steppenwolf and Thanos? And not between. How the fuck you get wrapped up from behind the corner, and not from. And not from like your knowledge of the comics. In this movie, what is the difference between Steppenwolf and Thanos? Just by going off the two movies.
He beat Hulk's ass.
All right, you got me there. All right, so we can since Jared is actually saying facts and I can't say what? Okay. All right. Okay, moving on.
In the class.
I feel like we talk about this every single week, but here it comes again. We got a teaser for Daredevil season 3. Don't know about you guys. I'm actually excited for this one. I wasn't excited for Luke Cage. In fact, I don't even think I didn't watch Luke Cage, this second season of Luke Cage. But Daredevil season 3, oh yeah, I want to be all over that shit. Like I don't want to say white on rice because that's stereotypical, but like white on rice. I dug the shit out of the first season of Daredevil, and then for season 2 they just took everything and improved upon it, and I'm like, yo, this is
why we get like fucking Iron Fist and Luke Cage like spin-offs and Jessica Jones because of this shit.
Right. I literally can't. I don't have too many things negative to say about Daredevil, and y'all know me.
Yeah, but the teaser was kind of interesting. It didn't show much, but he just said like one line in particular that was like really gruesome and dark. It's just like, whoa, what happened to the Catholic loving, or Catholic Jesus Christ loving dude that was in the first 2 seasons? Like, I feel like
he watched Iron Fist.
I'd
rather die as the devil than watch another season of Iron Fist.
Exactly. No,
but
he definitely seems like he's taking another interesting turn, and he seems broken by everything that's transpired, of course.
Yeah, I mean that'll fighting crime in Hell's Kitchen, no less. I think you're actually in Hell's Kitchen. No, you're in Greenwich. Never mind.
It's very close. I'm about to go there right now, though.
But yeah, Hell's Kitchen, and you would probably get fucked up too if you were fighting crime there. But I did notice, like, why do you think that he has the OG costume back?
Spider-Man?
Daredevil.
Oh, so
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Okay.
Maybe that's all they get their hands on. Cause like at his Defenders, he was just kind of like assed out somewhere.
I had I do have one complaint. It's not exactly a negative of the show. It's just like a nitpick for me. I actually liked it better when he was in the not the full on Daredevil suit, but in like that, I don't know what type of shirt you would call that.
Oh, you mean the ghetto gear?
Yeah, I actually like that a little bit better. And it's not because it was all that good. It's because I didn't really like the Daredevil costume all that much. It seemed a little bulky to my eyes, and that's only because I do spoiler. I do something kind of that's not a fucking spoiler, Andre. I do something kind of similar to what Daredevil does. Of course, not to his fucking extent, but I don't feel right if I'm wearing like more than like 2 layers of clothing and I'm doing martial arts, and this nigga is wearing like full on Batman armor and shit, and I'm like.
The lore in their world makes it that material is actually like much lighter than what it seems.
Okay, well the actor seemed like he was struggling in that shit a little bit sometimes, son. Because like in the fight scene, it looked a lot more fluid when he was in like the in the ghetto gear.
Yeah, well, from that perspective, actually.
Yeah, because as soon as he put on the costume, it looked a lot more stiff. I mean, you know, there was he didn't really have too much acrobatics going on in the first season. But and when he gets the suit, it just completely goes away. He basically becomes like Batman Begins level like fighting. I'm like, I wasn't really feeling it. But if they decide to go back to like the OG suit, I mean the ghetto gear, I wouldn't be mad at all. Hey, fun fact, did you know that this Mary Jane was voiced by Laura Bailey?
I'm not sure who she is.
Winry, Full Metal Alchemist, and I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure Winry and fuck, you didn't watch Ouran High School. Never mind. Laura Bailey, she's well known within the anime voice acting world.
I didn't watch it, but I know some of the characters.
Oh, Lust. Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, I know her, but you said the Orange Host Club.
Oh yeah, you probably didn't watch that, but
I know some of the characters. Like if you just describe them to me.
Oh, the main chick.
Oh yeah, okay. The one pretend like a boy, right?
Yeah, son. I mean that's the only.
That was
I mean that was her. Wait, damn, that was her entire arc. You're right. Never mind. You got me there. but Lust. That's all you got to know. All right, let's move on. Jared probably doesn't have an opinion, so we're just gonna move on.
I have to binge watch it, honestly. I'm like probably gonna do it tomorrow.
What, all of Daredevil?
I mean, I don't doubt me. I have a lot of time tomorrow.
You didn't watch the second season of Daredevil?
I didn't watch the first season, my dude.
Damn. Damn.
I have a lot to do.
So did you watch any of the Netflix shit?
Define any of the Netflix shit.
Any of the shows?
So I'm asking again. Define Netflix shit.
Daredevil, Luke Cage. Yes.
I watched like half of Defenders.
We've been talking about this this entire time, and I'm just not realizing Jared has not watched any of this. This shit is incredible. But no, seriously. True. Start from the beginning, nigga. Damn, it's actually really good. You would be impressed.
So what's the beginning?
The first season of Daredevil.
Gotcha.
So
no more.
In other words, Daredevil. In fact, just watch Daredevil. But fuck it. No, watch Jessica Jones. Fuck everything else. To be honest with you. I am not even joking. You could watch like half of Luke Cage. I am so serious. Watch half of Luke Cage. You are pretty much done with Luke Cage. I swear to God. I'm not even. Am I memeing, Maurice? Tell him I'm not memeing.
I like Luke Cage, so I'm not the first person to ask.
I didn't like the Silverback. Yeah, Silverback. I didn't like the Silverback.
Oh yeah, Silverback.
Diamondback.
Okay, you used Mass Effect. Yeah.
I didn't like.
I feel like the villains in the first half were a lot better.
A lot better. So yeah, there you go, Jared. That's our recommendation. All right, let's move on. Watch this nigga. Don't do it.
I will though. All right, bet. Watch. Say I won't. Next show. Watch what happens.
All right. So we were gonna wait for we're trying to do like a thing where we're gonna like do full on reviews on this channel. So just giving you guys like a little tidbit. It's coming up soon for all the loyal listeners out there. We just haven't gotten to that time and space yet, but it's coming soon. But we're gonna talk about Spider-Man. Spider-Man, 10 out of 10. Boom. There we go. All right.
Game over.
Game over. All right, let's move on. Right.
Wait,
all right.
Then go buy it.
Hit that subscribe button, and all right, now you can leave. Go ahead. But no, seriously. So Jared, I'm almost afraid to ask. Did you play Spider-Man?
I didn't get it. I'm kind of broke right now, but I did watch a lot of content of this game, and I can see why this game beat out God of War and Tales. I can see that. It's really good, son. It's really good. Like, see, really me good. Personally, like I was kind of scared because I didn't really have the best experience playing Spider-Man games, and looking at this, I'm like, yo, this is. I don't want to call this a Spider-Man game. I want to call this something brand new.
Did you see?
Like,
did you see the suit?
Huh?
Did you see the comic book suit?
Son, I'm still recovering. My eyes are still recovering from that ice. All right. I'm wearing glasses already. Like, chill.
The one that's on right now, son.
Son, I'm already looking at this shit, son. Like, I don't know how they get it so perfectly to where it doesn't look too out of place, but it looks out of place, but in a good way. Like, I don't know how to explain that shit.
Insomniac did their fucking homework, and this is why Insomniac is also synonymous with fucking excellence at this point.
Of homework, you don't remember the scene in the train station where he was trying to like stop the train?
Bro, that worked last time. Fuck me. Son, I swear to God, and I just said 10 out of 10. Right. I swear, I'm not even shitting you, son. 10 out of 10.
Okay. Let's talk more so about why it's 10 out of 10, right?
Okay,
so,
sure.
What
oh yeah, we can break it down. So it's gonna, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be very hard to like not gush over this game, but I'm gonna like do my absolute best not to like just jizz like all over like the fucking place while talking about this game. That's my promise to you. I'm pretty sure Maurice isn't gonna make that promise, but. But anyway, story. I'm not shitting you guys. I'm not a big comic book person, so don't quote me on that, but I would imagine that this is one of the best Spider-Man stories, and that's including the fucking comics. This shit was
aside from like the characters, this story is actually it's unique, technically.
Right. I was really blown away. Like, coming from Insomniac, I knew that the gameplay was going to be like extremely slick because that's just what Insomniac is known for. What I wasn't expecting so much was just how good the fucking story was and how good that the actual characters were. Like, there's this thing where, you know, like there's always this duality between Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Like, okay, they really are two separate beings and two separate entities, and that's how you should treat them, and you care about both of them just as much as the other one. Like, there is no like, all right, oh, he's a good Spider-Man, but the Peter Parker was lacking. No, you care about both of these people just as much as the other one. And I wasn't really expecting to like care about what's going on in Peter Parker's world as much as I was in Spider-Man's world. That's one thing that really took me aback. Like, his relationship, all of his relationships are spot on, except for fucking Mary Jane. We'll get to that in 1 second. So, all the relationships he has, like with Aunt May, with Miles Morales, he's playing like a mentorship role to him, and like all of like all the things that you expect Spider-Man to do, and for Peter Parker to do and say in this situation, he does. Like, the quips are there. He always has something smart to say out of every fucking punch. Hats off to the fucking voice actor Yuri something. I can't pronounce his last name. But yeah, I don't want to get too far into the story because I don't know what it will be technically considered a spoiler, because some things after the first
you know what's gonna be a spoiler, like what's gonna be a plot twist.
Well, for me, it's a little bit different for me because there was one thing in the first 15 minutes, and I'm going, oh, okay, there's this one character that I'm not going to name that is a mentor, and I'm like, oh, they're going that route. That's actually pretty fucking smart. I didn't even know he was going to be in the fucking game. So, hats off to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but
that storyline is extremely obvious, or that part of the story is extremely obvious, I feel like. But I do want to add on that. God damn, this probably has very little to do with the story, but the characters themselves were so expressive. Like, every single scene was just like gripping with emotion from the characters. Usually either when they're happy or sad, angry, especially. You remember that one thing you knew? son. There was this one point, like, not a spoiler, but I am going to talk about something. There's this one part at the very end, and I'm going, yo, if you didn't feel anything for like the last 15 minutes of this game, I'm honestly wondering like if you have like a heart of stone or something. Not like full on ball out cry or anything, but if you didn't feel like a twinge of something, I don't know what to say, because that some of that shit was actually pretty heavy for me. Like I don't look, we ain't gotta talk about it too much, but if you're one of those sentimental people, this game might actually get at you in ways that you weren't expecting, especially for a fucking Spider-Man game. Like, I was really surprised. So
it's not really too much we could talk about because of spoilers. Even though I'm pretty sure that if you're even listening to this podcast, you probably already beat the game, except for Jared. So,
can I say one thing though that I was really kind of concerned about with this game? I didn't know how I felt with Sasuke being Naruto or Sasuke being Spider-Man.
Shit.
I was just like, why?
Lay it to rest. This is one of the best voices for Spider-Man ever. And I'm actually really impressed with it because, like I said before, I was really concerned. I'm like, please don't do this to me. This game grew on me so much that at this point I honestly can't imagine Peter Parker having another voice than Sasuke. I am dead at. It's only been 1 week and I'm already like he's just pitch perfect, and like he has a lot. Like we said, the nigga plays Sasuke from Naruto and fucking for everybody who watched Gurren Lagann, he plays Simone and some other character I forgot.
I think he plays Ben 10 as well when he's older.
Oh, fuck.
And from this game,
yes, he does.
Yeah, and from this game, you guys don't know. Of course, everyone's favorite game. What was it? Dark Haxon, which had like a lot of like gripping and which had like a lot of moments in the story.
Yeah, there was some. I was really impressed by the from Yuri's range. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like not just his range, but how much, like you said, Maurice, how much emotion that he actually puts into this character. It's just something that we're not exactly. True. I just wasn't expecting all of that because from video games, there's just one thing that I'm never really expecting, and that's voice acting and just acting in general. That's one of the things that I'm not usually looking for because it's not usually there unless it's like The Last of Us or some shit. Voice acting and motion capture and facial expression and shit. I'm not really looking for that. But this game, I'm like, yo, this shit is incredible. No pun intended. Right, son. I mean, I feel sorry for Drake Bell. That nigga just gets the short end of the stick for every fucking thing.
I like this series, but I will admit, like, he does come off as kind of whiny in that series. He comes off
kind of one note to me. He's kind of most of his jokes don't really hit for me, and by most I mean a lot.
I disagree with that one, but yeah. So story, characters, delivery. Oh, I didn't know you do that.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Dude, this fucking map, like, it's just so beautiful, man. Like, all of New York, you've played.
This game actually had me wanting to go back to New York, to be very honest with you. Like, I just want to explore some of these actual neighborhoods, not Hell's Kitchen and not Harlem. Everywhere else though, because it's not like full on ghetto, but Hell's Kitchen could be anyway. So I was about to say gameplay, but all right. Well, gameplay, combat. I want to start off with web slinging though. Web slinging has never been better. Period.
It's like they took the best parts of Ultimate Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 to the PlayStation 2. And just like expanded upon them exponentially. Like, took out the dumb like by your web speed, just gave you you're a god from the start. Which is actually kind of the theme of this Spider-Man because one thing you touched on earlier was like it was showing like the different labs of Spider-Man. But for this he's never been like more focused and willing to like accomplish the things he wants to accomplish as far as like having a life, girlfriend, and saving people. Like I feel like in this, I can do all the multitasking in the world.
Right.
Mostly because he doesn't sleep or eat. But
I was wondering about that in the show. He like sleeps one time in the game. I'm pretty sure this. That might be a slight spoiler, but yeah, he only sleeps like once. But yeah, I agree. Like it's like every Spider-Man game ever. There was always like one thing that was decent in all of the games, even the shitty ones that I absolutely hate. And Insomnia just say, okay, what's the best things from all these games? Let's take it and let's dial it up by 10 and add some sexy ass animations behind it. Boom. I don't know what was so hard and why these other developers could not do this, but good God, like Insomnia just makes it look so fucking effortless sometimes. It's like were the other developers even fucking trying? I don't understand. Like we've had shitty Spider-Man games for about 3 years now, and then Insomniac just comes in and is like, yeah, this is how you do it, and lo and behold, that's how you do it. Like everything is slick, nothing feels unnatural in this game. Well, let me see. No, nothing really feels. Maurice?
The fact that you don't have fall damage.
Yeah, that could be a detriment. They could patch that in.
No. I want to land like I'm God every single fucking time.
Oh, you want that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think a little bit.
Isn't he superhuman though? So like, shouldn't it even matter?
No, nigga.
He could not survive shit like that. Like if I jump
No,
from
nigga.
like Empire State Building right now, I will die. I should be dying.
Even if you're the maybe not the Hulk, but
He's extremely durable, but that's just too much. Like I feel like that's way.
Didn't he have a building fall on him though?
It was a small one.
Okay, whatever. Stop.
he does have radioactive blood.
This thing has a building fall on him, but he can't fall a fucking skyscraper. All right, makes sense.
Jared, that's not the same thing. Jared, stop.
Makes
You're
sense.
reaching. You're reaching, son.
How am I reaching? You have a building fall on you, but you can't jump from a building?
I feel like
that's not.
I feel like that's
No.
different levels of like force going on, but I feel you.
There's gotta be like.
How?
There's gotta
Okay,
be.
so a building falling on you has more force than you jumping off of a building.
I feel that if I were to drop a 3-story house on Spider-Man, he'll be fine. In this game, you're dropping from one of the highest points in the world, and then just.
He doesn't even if you can show me the math, I'll believe it, but I don't think so.
Yeah, but just like no damage, like none. He doesn't stumble. He doesn't grunt. He's just. All right, cool. I think it's a bit of a reach there, Jared. That's all I'm saying.
I disagree, but all right.
Alright, so back to combat.
Back to combat.
The gadgets were actually kind of OP, I feel like, and I think it trivialized the game. Like, so the number one game that you can compare this to, that's
yeah, here we go.
Arkham, right?
Yeah.
And Batman's, I don't ever think like Batman's gadgets like trivialize the game as much as Spider-Man does, you know? Because like again,
You just throw a fucking airport lid at this dude.
Something that like Spider-Bots like I'm doing now, and they'll like finish the fight for him pretty much. With me doing it, yeah, we're done. That's it.
True. Yeah, true. So I can't really.
Well, let me finish my thought. That can be a good thing or a bad thing. For one, you can just do wacky shit and just have fun in the game, like kind of similar to GTA. You just kind of do what you want because you're a god. But on the other hand, there's no challenge, so it could like wear off very quickly.
True. Unless you. Oh yeah, and God forbid if you're paying anything underneath of spectacular, it's. Yeah, that's
Bored real quick. Like actually, you know, I think it's like the first maybe first 25 levels. I think it's in the first 25 levels leveling anything, just to keep it kind of like fair. I guess.
I was kind of leveling up just for the feeling of like leveling up.
No, I mean I was leveling up. I wasn't putting skills into anything.
True. In fact, I don't think I did the same because that's not. I mean. I like getting shit, but I don't like getting shit that'll make me like have less fun in the game. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, fair. Or
But
I'm still on the philosophy like I'll do it when I need to.
Yeah, right, exactly. But as far as that though, everything else in the fucking gameplay is pretty good. Like it does borrow heavily from the Arkham games, but I feel that in a lot of ways that Spider-Man actually improves on that Arkham system a bit. Just with the added verticality, which is a buzzword in the gaming industry. I need to stop using it actually. But you get that added sense of jumping in the air, dodging in the air. Batman can't do none of that shit.
Oh.
And
I don't think you can spend time in there as Batman besides like flying around.
Right, true. And no, I don't know. Like it. I can't explain it. Like if I had a little bit more time to like get my thoughts together about it, but I just like the combat in Spider-Man a lot more than in Arkham.
Here's my theory. I think it's because Batman's combat was made for Batman, not Spider-Man. Spider-Man kind of shits on this combat. this combat. Sorry. So let me repeat that. So the combat system in Arkham was made with Batman in mind, right? And if you just put Spider-Man, like just map it over with Spider-Man, he kind of just breaks it. Just because, like, you know, you're gonna, of course, like you're gonna want to make like a realistic experience in the sense that, you know, you want them to feel like they're Spider-Man. So you're just gonna add in dumb shit like, you know, I can jump really fucking high to avoid damage, or they're just gonna add these. I don't even know. I can't even explain like the drones and shit, but it just feels like Spider-Man's a lot more powerful than he is, and maybe that was just intentional.
It could have been intentional because Insomniac's thing was that we want an older. We do want an older Peter Parker / Spider-Man. Like, he's been doing this for a while. He's not, you know, tripping over his own webbing or some shit like that. So I can understand it in that regard. Yeah. But they could have put a little bit. They could have dumbed it down just a little bit, just a tad. Like, I think that the Spider Boss is probably a bit much.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so too.
And other than that, like, if you were to have everything just web based, that makes a little bit more sense. Because then you got to ask the question. Well, I get that that he's working with. I can't even fucking say it. But I get the fact that he's a scientist. Yeah. But where the fuck is he getting the cash to do that? Like, this nigga, the first 5 minutes, the nigga gets. That's a fucking spoiler. Fuck it, I'm gonna say that one. The nigga gets evicted from like the first 10 minutes of the game.
he was getting money, and I can only imagine that he just recycled stuff from. Wasn't in the game, like he recycled stuff from his villains as well.
That's true.
So I mean, there's ways you can get around it. And I'm pretty sure they're not gonna use every the person he's working with. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna use like every piece, or he can probably nab a few pieces here and there, kind of guy too.
True. Okay, so we talked about the combat. Combat's great. Yeah. Talked about the story. Story's great.
Combat's great. It makes you feel good, but there's a lack of challenge.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so I want to talk about something. The one negative thing that it's kind of blatant and obvious. So I just want to get it out the way. Mary Jane Watson. Holy shit. Okay, so before everybody, because I can hear it right now. Well, you guys don't get it because you're males and the independence No, this is a bad character, guys. This is this is a bad character. So Mary Jane Watson, we all know who Mary Jane is. Peter Parker's main love interest, if you don't count Gwen Stacy.
Main of 16.
Son, for a dude who's broken, has no money, Peter Parker gets the bitches, son. he bags them, son. It shit is really wild. But anyway, Mary Jane, I'm just gonna be upfront. Mary Jane is not written well at all. I know that's kind of contradictory to everything we said in the beginning, but Mary Jane's not written all that well. She does have like some pockets where it's like decent. Where she's not, let's put it this way, when she's not being a bitch, she's pretty nice. But 80% of the time she's just being a bitch, and I'm like, this kind of throws me out of the game a little bit. I know that Peter Parker needs to have like some type of conflict. Fuck, that's like it. That's like his fucking character is to have fucking conflict between his relationships. But this was a bit much. Mary Jane was just saying shit that didn't really make too much sense, and she was just constantly throwing herself into fucking danger, and then getting mad at Peter for just fucking worrying. Like, you're throwing yourself into like our equivalent of Fort fucking Knox, and you're getting mad because I'm like, hey, don't do that. And I'm like, yo, fuck you if you're thinking that way. Like, I was kind of mad about that. Maurice.
So her whole thing was that she broke up with Peter mostly because she didn't feel like independent. She always felt like the damsel, so she didn't like.
Well, stop putting yourself in the fucking.
She didn't like how inadequate she felt. Like, she always needed to be saved. That's what I got from it. She wanted independence. That's cool, but it was getting to a point, and I think this is what I'm just trying to touch on. It's just like your actions and choices aren't making sense to what you can actually do. Because it's not like she can fight. Actually, all of her missions are like fucking stealth missions, pretty much. Well, no, right. They all are just stealth missions. And literally every single time she needs like Peter to come and save her. Now that's not ideal for a strong feminine character, in my opinion, because it kind of contradicts everything. Like, yeah, she wants to be more independent and stuff, but she keeps getting saved when she wants to be independent, even after she said, "Don't save me from being independent." And not even mentioning the fact that, like, oh my gosh, not missed. Even like mentioning the fact that she doesn't train herself to, like, you know, be able to take care of herself. Like,
at all.
Use, like, the basic character I can. Like, fucking Daphne from the Scooby-Doo.
Stop.
Went there, guys.
It's this bad. Daphne got tired of being the one who needed saved, so the writers were just like, hey, let's let her learn martial arts and whoop some niggas ass, some Mexican dude's ass. Which she did.
Okay.
You see, I mean, it doesn't need to be that simple, but she needs to have, like, some tool to help her assert her, like, her independence. That's what she wanted. She has to have, like, some goal, not just throw yourself in danger, just to see if you can get out of it. Because to me, it doesn't seem like, in any of those situations she was in, it didn't seem like she had any exit strategy. It was just, I'm here now, I'm fucking winging it. And you can't do that when you don't have fucking spider powers.
And then like my thing is just, the main thing is, you're getting mad at somebody for fucking worrying about you. And to justify Peter, he, like you just said, I have to save you every fucking time you get into this shit. Literally every time. Like, how are you going to get out of this? You just walked into this shit. You walk into a military base. How the fuck are you expecting to get out? Even though, that is another right. The AI in this game could be really fucking dumb. But let's talk about that later. So yeah, Mary Jane, definitely one of the biggest flaws of this game. And there's not too many flaws in this game per se, but Mary Jane she's a bitch. And then she ain't got no ass, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like just not. Nah, son, that has to be said, son. That bitch just sounds like, what am I looking? What is going on? Okay. What else? That's all I want to. I don't want to stay on Mary Jane for too long. Let me see. What? There's not really too many. I can't really think of anything else that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Go ahead.
I think the major problem with this game, and it's a damn near perfect game, right? So this is, if anything, this is half nitpick, half okay. This may be an issue, but the bosses, they don't feel.
Oh,
strong.
You're right.
Like, the whole game is not challenging. Like, I beat it on Spectacular, relatively no ease. I am by no means like a fucking god when it comes to single player games. I play as best I can, and hopefully we get through. Like, I'm the type of nigga that just hasn't played a Dark Souls game. That's what you're dealing with. And someone like me was able to finish the game on Spectacular pretty much within like 4 days, and only because I just took breaks and decided to sleep.
Yeah. I'm right there with you actually. Some of the some boss fights were actually pretty good, but some of them were just like
they were
meh.
action-packed as fuck, but they were easy because they were repetitive, and they just all boss fights are repetitive, right? But this was just like the boss didn't even have like a health bar. There was no optimal combo to do or anything like that. You just kind of had to like it was kind of like a railgun. It was like a railgun shooter. You just waited until it was your chance to attack, did your little combo, and then that was kind of it. Like, it just felt like, oh man, was it really supposed to be that easy? I hope not.
The one that really got me was the well, for me, it's more of like how, and I need to explain when I say it, how weightless per se some of the boss battles felt. So like let's say. Right, so like when I beat him, I'm like, okay. Like for me, the worst boss battle in the game is ironically with two of the strongest characters. Between when you get the slight spoiler, you have to fight Rhino and Scorpion at the same time. That boss fight was abysmal to me. Like it didn't really. I mean, sure there was a different tactic you had to use, but it just felt like you have two of these niggas just there, and like Scorpion's just throwing shit at you, and Rhino's just charging you slowly. And I'm like, this doesn't really like this doesn't do the characters justice all that much. So I don't know. It felt kind of anticlimactic to me. It was like, okay, all right, sure. It just felt like they wanted to hurry up and get him out of the way for the sake of moving the story forward.
Yeah.
And that was kind of annoying because Spider-Man has some of the best rogues gallery in all of comics. He's only beaten by Batman, and that can be fucking debated. So they dropped the ball just a little bit there, but it's not like it's all bad. Like the character models are extremely good. Like Scorpion looks good, Rhino looks good, Electro looks good. He Who Must Not Be Named looks good. Mr. Negative actually could have had a little more depth to him, but he was a good main foil for most of the game.
I don't know more depth. What do you mean by more depth? Maybe I should ask that.
Like I was expecting. I think it's because they kind of revealed his motivation a little bit late in the game. Like as soon as you realize why he's doing what he's doing, that's almost as soon as you beat him. So it's like, okay, sure. I didn't really have any time to resonate on like how tragic of a right. Like as soon as we figure out like, okay, he's doing this because of this, you throw like 6 punches and you beat him, and it's like, like okay, you couldn't really do like the whole Spider-Man thing and be like, okay, this is why he's doing this, and now Peter Parker has to like do some Peter Parker shit while being Spider-Man, and now he's torn between. Nope, you find out why he's doing it. It makes sense. I'm actually signing for Mr. Negative when I found out what exactly happened to him. I was like, do we have to beat him? Like, okay, but but
Also another good thing. This actually had a pretty diverse cast of characters. So a black guy,
True.
2 Asians. You know, we didn't get to see.
That's all you need right there. We diverse as fuck out here, said Insomniac.
Yeah, that's 3 races right there. So no.
We got a black and a Spanish guy and Miles Morales. Man, what more do y'all want?
Diversity is how you do it. Are you looking, DC?
Son, stop. We're never going to get a good DC game ever again. So.
I think the closest we're going to get is like Injustice. Even then, that's kind of like.
Is that?
Ew.
It's
Fair enough.
Either you pick zoning or you die.
Yeah. Oh, that's not fair.
Okay. Anyway, I don't want this to be like the main review, but that's basically what we did anyway.
Yeah.
So
I won't say, like,
are we ready?
Fights, like, probably, I mean, Mr. Negative's fight is like one of my favorites for sure.
True. Oh, come on, we all know that. We all know who he is. Well, I think that's pretty much said in the games. I mean, in the trailers for the game, we all know who Mr. Negative is. It wasn't like like I said, like that one twist they do in the beginning of the game was a reveal for me, but I always knew that Fuck, I don't want to say it, but I already knew who Mr. Negative was. So, yeah. Oh, real quick before we give a score, yo, J. Jonah Jameson as like a right-wing TV caster, it was fucking brilliant. That's one of the best fucking changes in
his fucking podcast. Yes,
son. Like they like he's no longer like the editor for the Daily Bugle or whatever the fuck. He's like a radio talk show host, and he's like right wing as fuck. So he's basically Alex Jones if Cameron Tate is watching. And that's basically who he is, and it is the funniest thing. And you know what? I'm looking at the character. I'm looking at the voice acting. It makes fucking sense. Like it's little changes like that, which I know that Insomniac really love the characters, and they really like. And if they do make a change, it's a change that actually makes sense. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I have full faith in with Insomniac with this franchise because JJ as Breitbart, son, that was great. That was incredible.
They sell you. I can't. I'm mad, but I'm not. But they sell you so hard on the fucking DLC for this game. Like there are certain things in the story that just won't get. I know. But like, there's certain things in the story that just won't get wrapped up in the story. So it's just okay. Now you have to buy the DLC. Part of me is like, you bastards, and the other part is just like, God damn, I'm gonna buy this shit.
Right. Like, man, fuck you. Well, how much is it again? 15, 20?
It's 25. No, I'll give you 30. Keep the change.
30? Yeah. In fact, here, just give me the DLC.
Oh, wow.
Give me the fix. I think we got I think we got 2 more DLCs coming up.
3.
Oh yes.
In
fact,
they get 3 good ass DLCs to go.
Right. So in fact, Insomnia, just fuck whatever you're doing right now. Just can you start working on Spider-Man 2 like right now? You ain't got to change nothing. Just take out the Spider Drones and just give me another story. That's all I'm asking for, son.
I would love to see like an Into the Spider-Verse type of thing with like Miles Morales leading the pack this time.
Oh, it's coming, buddy.
And maybe they're trying to save like the Peter Parker from this universe. That'd be kind of hype.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go that route because this universe does seem a little bit more grounded. But even if they do it, it's totally within the realm of possibility.
Yeah, they have a fucking Avengers Tower in Doctor Strange's place here.
True. True. To be honest with you, I'm kind of not interested to see like the rest of the Avengers right now.
Yeah.
It's mostly because they did such an amazing job with like Spider-Man's just his property. So like I'm not really interested in seeing them. I kind of like him with Spider-Man works best when he's like not in a group setting anyway, in my personal opinion. I don't like the whole team up Spider-Man. That's one of the reasons why I didn't like Ultimate Spider-Man all that much, because he's like somewhat the leader of this group, and it didn't work for me. But this made a lot more sense. I love the direction Insomniac took with this. Are we ready to give this a rating, Maurice?
I just wanted to contradict your point. I feel like having the Avengers in this only makes it a stronger game, because now it's more expansive. I feel like there could be a lot more longevity with this franchise if they decide to make it into a franchise. Because like, I mean, about how well it's selling, it might be some Spider-Man 2 around the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on the way. Just like how we know that God of War is probably going to come out in like 2020 or some shit.
So the fact that they even have like Avengers being mentioned, I feel like that can't harm him. That can only help. I think.
Right. Well,
go ahead.
I think they mostly did like that shit because of like just how well the MCU is doing right now. They kind of put it there as an Easter egg. But if they wanted to like expand on it, they could just easily do that shit. Right.
It's already proven that he's in a universe with the other people. Don't know where they were at when fucking New York was rioting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but who the fuck cares? Like,
Daredevil and Luke Cage are all in this city.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. Now that I would be interested to see. Like if they put Daredevil, maybe not Luke Cage. I don't know why I have this grudge against Luke Cage, but maybe Daredevil and Spider-Man, that seems like a better fit. Probably. You know how I feel about them dang black people. So. Anyway, ratings, Maurice.
I'm gonna give this a 9. The only thing I feel like it's holding it back is the difficulty in the combat and the difficulty in the game overall. But I thought it was a solid ride, a great experience, and it's just solid fucking storytelling. Like, jeez, like it's definitely fun to play. Even the boring task of side missions is fun in some aspects. And swinging around the city again is just a fucking blast. Like,
it will never get old.
Yeah, just good ass game, son. Good ass game to go.
Can I get 3 good ass games to go?
So yeah, I will give it a 9. Just good job.
I want to be right there with you, but every time I think about it, there's just so much that this game gets right, and more importantly, there is just so much that Insomniac could have gotten wrong. Mm-hmm. It's just amazing that everything is just the gameplay and the way it looks is just polished to a point where you don't really see it too much. And well, no, that's a lie. You do see a lot of polished games in AAA titles, but I haven't seen anything this polished in quite a while, and that's also including God of War. And yeah, and God of War was an amazing fucking title. They got all of the things I want from in a Spider-Man game: the web slinging, the duality between Peter Parker and Spider-Man, the gameplay, combat, right. And like literally, the only thing holding this shit back is Mary Jane and the fucking spider drones. And the spider drones can also be considered a nitpick. So, I'm going 9.5.
9.5. Jared.
Yeah.
Honestly, from what you guys are telling me, I haven't played it yet, unfortunately, because I'm broke.
10. All right.
Right?
Like if you gave Deadpool a 10, holy shit, you would probably lose your fucking mind playing this shit, son.
Dude,
Even
oh
though
my gosh.
But
I've been trying my best not to look at the story because that's all I hear is like mainly good things about the story. And I'm like,
it's really good.
"Ugh."
It's really good. Just try and ignore it, Mary Jane. I swear to God, like I don't want to like down. I don't want to like. We're probably upplaying it just a little bit, but she is annoying, son. She really is. Very annoying.
Noted. Annoying bitch named Mary Jane. Got it.
And and make sure when you web sling, make sure you change the camera angle every single time. Every single time. Like you take the right stick, just go nuts with that shit.
I got a question though. What the fuck just came out of this nigga's back?
Oh, remember the did you see Infinity War?
Son.
Yeah,
Stop
they had to play Hamid. They had to play
Stop
Hamid.
playing with me.
They got the actual skin in the game, and that's that particular suit's power. So every suit has a power. We probably should have said this. Every suit has a particular power, and the shit coming out of his back, that was the shit from the movie. I thought it was his back, but all right. All right, but yeah.
Thorax.
Look at this nigga. Me. Anyway, 9 for Maurice, 9.5 for me. Damn near a 10 if you just want to count the fucking web slinging. So, yeah. Good job, Insomniac. You haven't disappointed so far, and I doubt that you would have disappointed with this. So, yeah, good job. So fuck Spyro and just give us more of this. In fact, just fucking cancel Spyro. Nobody really cares. That's probably a lie, but
I'm about to say, don't say that too loud, my guy.
True. I was thinking that Insomniac also made Crash Bandicoot, but I think that's Naughty Dog.
You're thinking of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. They in the same family. All right, let's move on.
Basically.
All right, so hey Jared, how broke are you for real?
Like, I need a new headset, and I can't even buy that.
Well, that's too damn bad because we got these brand new shiny iPhones that is just waiting for you to buy right now for a small fee of $1,000. Well, 11.
I got a question for that though. Where's my butler? That's included, right?
You got Siri.
I'm asking. So where's the butler? Like,
Siri.
You know, the nigga that's. Like, maybe you didn't hear me.
Tell Jared how good Siri is.
Siri's amazing. So I don't get golden toilet paper?
You get a golden phone?
You get a golden Siri. Siri can say golden to you.
Alright, so
Siri, say golden.
why is this phone $1,000 again?
God damn, Apple. God. Please don't shut us down after this. Apple about to send the goons right now. So.
Somebody here knocking on my door is like, so what you got to say about this iPhone next?
I honestly thought it could say fucking gold. I'm kind of shocked that.
Right. That is beyond my capability. Oh shit. Anyway, y'all
Is it
didn't hear
even
that.
real
We can
gold
always
on the phone?
We'll edit that
Why
out.
is this nigga $1,000?
It's a good phone. Anyway, Apple had its keynote today, or press note, or whatever the fuck they're calling it nowadays, where they do the same thing as every year. This is the best iPhone we ever made. It's also the most gorgeous iPhone we ever made. This is the best design iPhone we ever made. I would really hope so, because you can't go backwards. So yeah, the iPhone XR, XS, and XS Max, or 10R, 10S, 10S Max. This shit is getting weird at this point.
They didn't want to call it a Z or a Y, like, you know, go up in letters, just keep with the X. All right, cool.
I think they're just going to stay with 10. I don't know what they're going to do. Because 11 doesn't make too much. Anyway, let's just talk iPhones for a quick second. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really get through most of the press note because this year in particular was just extremely boring to me. I don't know what it was. It just seemed like there was no excitement for it this year. What else can I say? Of course, I'm not the biggest like iPhone fanboy in the world, but I can recognize that that iPhones are pretty decent devices for people that just want A, to be a part of the crowd, and B, you just want something that just works right outside of the box. You just turn it on and boom, there you go. But even then, you could do that with Android, so I don't.
And not pay $1,000. No.
Well, some Android phones are up there. Like the Pixel is probably going to be, well, the Pixel's going to be around 800. The newest Samsung is about 9. So no, Android is getting up there. So I mean, shit. What else is there to say besides it's a new iPhone? You got 3 of them this year. That wasn't a big surprise. I'm just waiting for Google to just fucking copy like they always do. It's really sad that they're doing that nowadays. But Maurice, did you have anything for the press note?
It seemed alright. I think like Apple does hardware really well. It makes it look really pretty, which I think is like majority of the appeal. Like, so not so much the functionality. I don't think they even do that anymore. We get in the fact that they have apps, so it kind of be a waste of money, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. Not much that. I don't think I'm that much of a hardware guy, so my opinion is probably shit. I will say that I think that the cheaper iPhones they make, I think people will like those a lot. Only because they come in like the not
colors.
They come in actual different colors, like fucking spicy orange and red.
Did they really call it spicy orange?
I really hope they did. I don't know.
I know they had coral red.
Yeah.
So your red thing is out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think those are cool. The phone being like expensive is just kind of like meh. But I do like some of the stuff they're adding to it, like a much stronger processor than before than we've seen. The ability to get 512 gigabytes on your phone. Don't know why you would need that much, but you know it's there. That's something that they have on their
Can you do group FaceTime?
Yes, actually.
Alright, I'm cool.
4K pictures do take up some space. But then again,
an SD card?
There is no SD card.
Nope. That's money.
Money. Well, more of a design thing. Apple isn't really about that whole expandable storage thing.
Because money.
Apple just wants to like, hey, you buy this phone, you're gonna use it, don't open it, don't touch it, just look at it.
That's the design.
It's not like a hard thing to implement at all.
Just like the C charger.
Exactly.
Let's not start.
Well, actually maybe come on their iPads, but
Let's not do it. Let's not do it.
Okay,
Let's
so
not do it.
That's not a hard thing to implement with the upgradable storage thing. I think it's more so a money aspect because they can't sell you a phone for $1,400 just because it has 512 storage. Because in that case, everyone would just pick the cheaper model and just upgrade the storage themselves. And that's kind of the main reason.
And you know what's sad? You know people are going to buy it.
I mean, that's what happens.
There's always a line at the iPhone store when that shit drops. Yep. Every single
It's
time.
really weird.
If they don't buy it, like corporations are definitely going to buy it for their employees or whatever.
Eventually.
Like,
So I want to work for the corporation that buys me an iPhone. I'm like, god damn.
Shit, I got one right now.
Shit.
My spot's actually letting their users get iPhone 10s.
Yeah, it's a little bit more commonplace than you would think, Jared. I don't know. Maybe
I'm
I think
in the wrong field, yo.
Well, it's more of it's more of a demographic, not a demographic, an area thing. Like I think most people that work in the DMV, most of them have like work iPhones. Like I don't like it's and it's because it's government. Like if you're not within like that hard government sector like we are, unfortunately, then you're probably not going to get that. But hey, some private sectors might actually give you something different. Well, no, they're probably still gonna use an iPhone.
They're gonna give you a track phone. You better get a flip track phone, bro.
Yeah, like I know some places actually just give you Lidos actually. The place I work for, they'll give you like Surface Pros and shit. They're not all that great for work, but you know they need a tax write off. But that's beyond the point. I don't know what to say. It's an iPhone 10 that looks exactly like last year's iPhone 10, but a little bit better.
It's definitely bigger. I mean, that's something.
Okay,
hey, bigger
so
screen.
it's basically what the fuck I just said. It's an iPhone 10 that comes in different colors. That's usually like what the S line is usually about. It'll just take like the same cues of like what came before.
The X Max thing, that's a regular 10 with colors, yeah, but the newer shit is just like the standard. We only come in these 3 basic ass colors now. They're basic now. They're not.
Yeah, they seem to have done that a lot. Like I remember, they had like an iPhone 5C, which was actually a pretty good idea. And I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
like
that's
it was
basically what this X is.
right, and it's actually I mean it's not. It all depends on what you mean by cheap. Like cheap for iPhone is about $750 for a new iPhone. That's not that bad for a brand new iPhone, which usually just like starts off at like 850 or 800 or something like that. And so it's not that bad. So all right, Apple, good job. I guess I don't know.
I mean, they had an Apple conference. I mean, at this point, probably shouldn't expect new shit from them because it's clear that they're just trying to make good hardware, good sturdy hardware. Which
they're really phoning it in.
Yeah,
they're phoning it in. Like I was watching the conference. The main people who they always get, I can't remember their name, but you know the ones I'm talking about. The one skinny old guy that's trying to emulate Steve Jobs really hard. He's like the main dude, and then the other dude who actually talks about the iPhone, he's a little bit more husky. I don't really know the name. I know the fat guy's name is Phil,
yeah.
but I forgot the other guy.
Is it like
Tim Cook. There we go. Yeah, those niggas were really phoning it in. They couldn't wait for that shit to be over. They are tired of doing this shit. It was like, this is the best iPhone we ever made. Son, it was almost cringy at one point. I'm like, yo,
I was really expecting like an iPad, new iPad announcement or something.
Right, I guess. All right, moving on. Okay, so we talked about this a little bit before the show, so I actually want to get more of Jared's opinion on this. So, is this a rumor or is this confirmed for Guardians, Maurice?
Paul, I think that's
not confirmed.
No, that's I think that's confirmed.
Fuck. Anyway, so Paul Feig, no relation to Kevin Feige at all. He is set to take over the 3rd installment of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. As we all know, James Gunn came to under fire for some offensive tweets that he made in the past. If you ask me, yeah, the tweets were a little bit scummy, but I mean, I guess we'll probably stay out of that one. So what we need to know about is, what we need to talk about is this guy who's replacing what's the nigga's name? I forgot his name. Not the director of, not something Taikiki, but what is his name? James Gunn. I just said it. James Gunn is his successor is going to be Paul Feig, who is another director who has done riveting films such as, are you guys ready for this? Ghostbusters. Not the good one. Not the good one. Ghostbusters 2016. The all-female one. The one that everybody hated. Yay! Ain't that great, Jared? Yay!
Sorry, that was my enthusiastic yell.
He also did other great films such as Spy and The Heat. What is Marvel doing? I don't get it. This is, in my opinion,
are they just trying to make Guardians just a full-on comedy?
I don't know. It is really weird. I'm trying to figure this out. So like
I'm looking at these movies he's made. He's made he's done Snatched with I think what was it, like Amy Schumer?
Whatever the fuck.
And I'm just like, yo, is Guardians 3 gonna be? Should I just not take this seriously anymore? Like, we have a lot of dudes that are dead. Like, this is a serious thing. So like, it's just, oh hey, Gamora's back for some fucking reason, just to laugh at her or some shit. I don't know.
That's if she comes back.
Right? I don't know.
So anyway, this is actually becoming a trend that the any superhero movie is doing recently. They get like these no-name directors. I mean, they're not exactly no-name, but you can tell that they can use a little bit more seasoning on their steak, if that's a terrible analogy, but they can use a little bit more grooming in their craft here. and they're just handing off these big budget like franchises to these no-name directors. Like the most obvious one besides this one would be, well, two most obvious would be The Amazing Spider-Man and Star Wars. Not episode 7, episode 8. So the director of The Amazing Spider-Man did like one fucking film before doing The Amazing Spider-Man. His name is Mark Webb. Get it? Mark Webb. So fucking stupid. Anyway, he did like one. Yeah, but it wasn't even an action film. The nigga did a fucking romantic comedy, and I'm like, what? And granted, the chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone was actually pretty good, but the rest of the movie was not that great. And then we have almost like beginning director in I forgot that nigga's name already. The director of episode 8, I forgot his name. Ryan Johnson. Who's say what? Yeah. Anyway, he also did like 2 other films that nobody fucking saw. And I'm like, what is this trend of just like giving it doesn't make any, I mean, at a financial point it makes sense. But let's say you have something like the worst case scenario, which is Star Wars Episode 8, which some people would say is not really a great movie. I didn't think it was terrible, but some people will actually argue that it is terrible. And when they bring up the points, I'm like, yo, I don't have a rebuttal. You're absolutely right. So this isn't good. And then I'm afraid they're going to do the same exact thing with Guardians. And Guardians has had a good track record. The first movie is arguably the best Marvel movie to date. Well, top 3 for sure. The second one was also pretty good. I didn't like it as much as the first one, but everybody else liked it, and I don't have a rebuttal for that either because it's a good movie. But now we're getting into the third one, and I'm like,
well, let's wait until it actually comes out.
No. The Heat.
Can you not say it? Like,
The Heat.
twice, please? Like,
Son.
Can you not say it twice?
The Peanuts movie that nobody saw. Ghostbusters. Like
Snatched.
this Ghostbusters is a major franchise that everybody loves, and that got fucked up. He directed, wrote, and produced this movie. And you're just gonna hand Guardians of the Galaxy to? It's proven that he failed with a franchise. What? Marvel? I swear to God, if this movie is bad,
it'll be. I have to.
The Heat,
Can you not say
the Peanuts movie that nobody saw.
Only thing I can say to this is I'm gonna be very scared, and my expectations are not high. You know, I can't say that the movie is already gonna be bad, but this
it doesn't bode well. Let's put it that way.
It's like, oh my god, okay.
You can't expect.
It's like drafting a rookie that like has always had constant injuries and can't make a free throw, but you want to put your trust into him though.
So Maurice, he's talking about basketball. That's
right. This nigga doesn't really pay attention to sports.
What? Yes.
Nah, that's the one with the net.
No, yes.
And the ball.
Oh, they use their feet?
Yes.
To stop niggas out.
True.
Yes. Fine. Anyway,
I know it's sport. I mean, I don't follow sports, but I know how to play the games.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's to be honest with you guys, we're running a little bit over time. We got like 2 to 3 other topics to talk about. Executive decision.
Let's just talk about like one more thing, like kind of quick.
Okay, so Microsoft is being scummy once again. So Microsoft is being scummy once again. Microsoft is really doubling down on its apps. I have absolutely no idea why, because nobody fucking uses them, and they're still trying to get us to use them. They're trying to get us to use them so much so that Microsoft is literally putting out a warning sign that says, "Do not," and I'm not shitting you here, do not install Chrome or Firefox. You know, those browsers that you actually use, and please use our Microsoft Edge. You know, that thing that nobody uses.
All right. So Microsoft has a lot of money. I get that. But what are these decisions? So I first hear that, instead of for the Xbox, instead of making, actual good exclusives, let's just make it to where you can lease an Xbox. Now you want me to not use Google Chrome, Firefox, that I've been using this entire time? For what reason? Who's making these decisions?
The executives.
I need answers.
The executives.
Son, oh god.
The executives. I don't know, man. It's really weird. So, what's coming is that we all know that. Well, Firefox remains to be seen, but we all know that Google Chrome is pretty secure, and Microsoft is pretty much making just a bold-faced lie right now. Right. So like these are lies. In fact, if we want to get down to it, IE was actually known for like all of these things that you're warning us about. So
oh yeah, it was like the main way to get into his own system.
Right. It was
the main way like a while ago.
Right. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm pretty sure they got better, but I think back in the Vista and XP days, holy shit.
Isn't that like the first thing you do when you get a brand new computer?
Yes,
you install Google
it
Chrome?
is. You download Chrome and Firefox, maybe
and
Windows
uninstall Internet
Defender,
Explorer.
maybe Windows Defender if you don't already have it, and that's and you hide IE because there's no way to uninstall IE. That's how they get you. I've tried. You can't uninstall that shit without just breaking the fucking machine. And if you know how to do it, please let me know. But yeah, that's not good on Microsoft's part. I mean, I know they want us to use their shit. I don't even know what they get for us from. Like, we already bought the operating system. Why do you want us to use your browser? You already have the money. You have everybody's money. Actually, I don't get it.
I think it's about like how it looks to the company. Like, I mean, the company's like reputation. Like, oh man, you guys have this browser, but why is no one using it? Why is everyone using Chrome and stuff like that? I think they.
But
I mean, they have the number one operating system in the world.
Right. Like, who's?
I want you to name all the people you know that uses Linux.
I had a teacher back in high school.
Because you obviously know, like, Macintosh is a thing, but it's clearly getting it's not in comparison to Windows. Like, everyone uses Windows.
That it depends. Like in office spaces, like for some reason Macs are more desired depending on where you go.
For whatever the fuck reason,
I can defend that, and I think it's because of just compatibility with other Apple devices.
Oh,
just other Apple devices. And I'm just like, yo, you could do the same with Windows and Androids and.
No, I think it's something to do with coding, actually.
Coding
or designing. I know that a lot of developers, for whatever the fuck reason, I don't know. I'm not a developer. If it has anything to do with like Photoshop or Illustrator or anything that has anything to do with music, a lot of those niggas prefer a Mac. Why? I don't know. But I think coders, for most part, will prefer either a Linux system or a Windows system. But that's just going off of what I've heard and seen.
So is Windows losing sales?
No.
Maybe.
I mean,
it's out now and it's being implemented into offices, so it's possible.
Yeah, but you got to realize that Microsoft owns like 90% of this pie. So like a loss in sales will be like, I can't even put that in the words. Like how many computers are there in the world, and how many of them run Windows? I don't like the 90%.
It's actually a default. If you don't buy a Mac, it's coming with Windows.
Right, and yeah, you literally have to go into. Well, some machines do come with Linux, but you actually have to actively search for that shit, and you actually have to know. Let's put it this way: if you have Linux, you have Linux for a reason. You're not just fucking buying.
All right, what's this?
Yeah, you're not doing that. But I don't know, man. I don't know why they're pushing us to use this shit. And I've actually used Microsoft Edge a couple times. The only reason is because for whatever reason Netflix isn't HD on Chrome. You have to use like Microsoft Edge for it to be in HD. It's the dumbest thing ever, and that's literally the only reason.
Sure?
Yes. You go ahead and look it up.
Okay.
Fact check. Yeah, we can talk about it after. We can talk about.
Because I've definitely like looked at HD stuff on Chrome and Firefox.
Maybe it's just my system then.
Maybe. And on my PlayStation.
Oh no, on the PlayStation you got me there. But on my laptop, well, anything that's basically not my laptop, I have issues. I don't have issues running in 1080p. But for whatever reason, on Chrome for my laptop, it will never go over. I don't have an option to push it to 720. It's really odd.
Even if it's not there, I'm pretty sure you can get like an add-in or something that'll push it. Maybe your system just can't handle it. I don't know.
That's not
trying to be mean, but I mean,
that's not funny.
Oh no, you are trying to be mean.
That's not mean. That's mean. That's mean shit. That's come on, 1080p video. God damn. You talking
like what does he have, a calculator?
Oh boy.
Maurice, why you throwing all these jabs, son? Like why?
I think it's time. I think it's time that we nip this one in the bud here, folks. I think it's time we move on. All right, so if you've enjoyed what you listened to, and I really hope you did, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with friends, family, associated colleagues. Not your supervisor. You might get fired. Do that. Supervisor's like, what's this shit? But yeah, that is the IMO podcast. We're gonna go ahead and sign out from here. I'm pretty sure we don't have any closing thoughts besides Spider-Man is awesome. So yeah. Peace out, geeks and freaks.
Peace out, pimps.